still so many questions surrounding this case. We've been following it for you for the last couple of weeks, and documents about this case remain sealed. I find that highly unusual. Usually you get some type of little nugget from a probable cause statement or something to that effect. Not in this case. The documents are sealed, and now Richard Allen has actually been moved to a secret location. He's been in 2 county jails. Now he's in an undisclosed location where he's being held, and he's written a letter to the court asking for a public defender because he didn't realize how expensive it was going to be to retain private counsel. So joining me to talk about all of these developments are 2 people who've been following this case for a really long time. They are on
I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't even know. It's like the shit was cutting in and out for some reason. I don't know. What's up, buddy? Oh. Whew. Feels like a Friday. Long week. What a night last night. Checked out the videos today. Justice Served Daily. So much information. Wow. The Justice Warriors do a wonderful job with all that information. So informative. Yeah, this week is taking forever. Just a couple more days and then some Bigfoot talk. That'll be interesting. All right. Let me put out the link here. See, I don't even hear my music no more. What is going on? Yeah, dope as fuck. Oh my gosh. The videos, man. I just... How do you add mods on this anyway? I was going through it last night and then I saw you typed in there and about adding mods. I don't even know how to do that, man. Yeah, UFOs, all that shit, man. It's gonna be fun. I think it'd be cool to look up some UFO shit that's on camera through browser. I mean. Yeah, I'm new to all this. I apologize. If it was Twitch, it'd be a different story. But this YouTube stuff, I don't know. All right, let me put the link out there. There we go. So we got some videos and stuff. I mean, there was some stuff I was going to play last night. I figured we could play those tonight. That prison call. There was something I wanted to look up, though. This Klein photography business that he had. And it's kind of crazy because somebody in Ohio, a teacher, was arrested for kind of the same stuff. So I don't know if that'll end up being linked together or not, but I saw it come across right before I went live. I don't know where at in Ohio. I didn't get to hear that, but somewhere in Ohio, a teacher got busted for similar stuff. And it had something to do with that Dropbox shit too, man. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm alright. I definitely could have used some more sleep, but it is what it is. Sounds like
Yeah,
you
I
too,
took
if
a
you
nap.
just woke up. Yeah?
I am not
Man.
kidding, dude. I was like, I left work an hour and a half early because I was just like over it. And then
Yeah.
my alarm went off, and I kept going, fuck this. I set my alarm, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not waking up. I don't give a shit. And out of the blue, I just woke up completely. And I'm like, oh, damn. I am like wide awake. What time is it? It was no lie, like 7 minutes before you're live. Yeah, this weekend I'm really excited. If you want to preemptively like look something up, oh, I figured out mods. So you go to YouTube Studio.
Alright, let me see. Let me get my pen here real quick. YouTube Studio.
Yep. From the left, click Settings, Community.
Alright, here, 1 second. I'm gonna do this as you're telling me. Let's see, YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio.
Click the Settings and then Community. It's on the left side.
Alright, Settings, Community.
And then Automated Filters tab, click Moderators box. And then you just type in the name of the user you want to make moderator.
Okay. So, let me see here. And then whoever's in my chat,
I think you type in the name. Like if you wanted to make me moderator, you would type in allegedly or allegedly. I'm not sure, but I remember seeing it, so I just looked it up real quick.
let's see.
So if you're gonna write this down, there's one case that it'll take you a little bit, but it's called the Tinley Park UFO sighting.
Tinley Park. That sounds familiar. Tinley Park. What is it?
Yep. Tinley, I think. There are 3 major go-to UFO cases that I use for every discussion. There's the Birmingham or Burlington UFO sighting. That's my third. The second is the Tinley Park, and the first one is the Aurora, Texas UFO. Tinley Park has actual video footage. And to give you a tip of all tips, if you took the time yesterday or tomorrow or tonight afterwards to look it up, you'll see the video for UFO hunters. In that video, I would strongly recommend just watching the entire thing and then taking clips that you want to use from it, because they get a professional videographer that worked for the movies. He actually was one of the people that would edit to make things look like real UFOs, spaceships and stuff in movies. Plus he works as a videographer for professional companies and stuff. And he takes the video in one of the videos and he pins one of the points. And then they explain, he explains it along with another person who's a scientist, what they're looking at. And it blows your mind. It just destroys everything that you think completely about whether you do not believe in UFOs or whether you do believe in UFOs. And the funniest part is that video, the reason why I say that that's one of the top-notch videos that I always utilize is for one reason and one reason only. When people say that it's literally impossible or they can't exist or anything like that, or they say, well, that's just one circumstance. That one UFO sighting stretches back, dude, as far as civilization exists, like the shape, the size, and everything. So when you look at intelligent people that were able to do cave drawings, to carve it into hieroglyphs and stuff.
Why did the judge recuse himself?
Oh shit! Damn it! Whoops! I'm sorry.
But
trying to get
the
stuff ready
Tinley
in the
Park
back.
UFO. Prepare yourself for Saturday or Sunday, whatever day you're doing it, because not only am I going to throw out my story about why I believe in Bigfoot, because I never did before, but why I believe in it now. And they're like one of the two, maybe two of the three UFO cases. And it'll be a really interesting conversation, because even if people in chat that decide to join, even if they don't believe in it at all, you're talking to somebody who was a non-believer in certain aspects for the majority of my life until circumstances took a toll. And I'll even tell you right now, in Philadelphia, I actually saw this type of sighting in Philadelphia along with countless other people, and then they removed the news report completely when we all started commenting on it.
Wait, you saw something?
Dude, I was all right, just a quick cap, because it doesn't matter, the whole story will blow minds anyway. So I was one of those people that
I said, yeah, I want to hear that this weekend. I want to hear how you went from a so-so believer to a believer. I'm curious about that one. That you and a group of people saw this?
It was me individually, but when you hear the whole story, you're gonna laugh at first. Everybody will, because I even laughed at myself. But then when you hear about what happened the next day and the day after, you're gonna be like, shut up. There's no way. Like, there is just no way. I was made fun of so badly, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Bigfoot is kind of one of those, stretch kind of things, I suppose. Like, you really.
When we go over it, dude, you're gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
Wow, that makes more sense, because it didn't make sense to me until certain people started explaining things that were people that I view very highly, and when they started saying things, I was like, holy shit, this can't be true, this can't be real. And suddenly I was just like taken aback, and I became a very strong believer.
Ha! Damn, you got me interested, man. Yeah, I'm thinking like Saturday night.
I didn't see a Bigfoot visually, I'll tell you that much. But when you hear the backstory, you're gonna be like, holy shit, because it did. Oh, I can't really explain it. It's just so hard to explain it to Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, we'll do it all, man. UFOs, Bigfoot, whatever, conspiracy theories,
And
whatever,
other cryptids, guys, whoever's in chat, because I see like 4.
Yeah, something
and there'll be
that.
any other cryptid. Like, I pride myself now on my cryptid research.
Yeah, this could be cool, man. Yeah, and then if anybody else wants to talk about whatever the fuck, we can do that too, man. Definitely want to hear that Bigfoot shit, though. So have you heard much about this Klein photography business?
Well, I looked into it a little bit, but I hate to say it, there are a lot of people that aren't good at business that create businesses. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There are people that create businesses just because they do. My ex-girlfriend is like not my second from last girlfriend was one of the big ones. She wanted to do DIY, do it yourself, and I did all the work for it, and she did nothing, and then it went nowhere because first she was a cheater, but second she just wanted to create multiple business, photography, do DIY, and we had all this stuff out there. Finally, at the end, she's like, he's holding all my companies hostage. And I'm like, I'm not holding anything hostage. You haven't done, I did all the work for these. They're sitting here doing nothing. You want them? I'll change. The passwords are the same. Go in and change it. She never did. So when people start pointing that out for criminals, for me, I'll tell you, there are countless people that create LLCs and all this other stuff, and they copyright names, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's just something that they like to do. It's their passion that they never follow. But I didn't go to it because, dude, that's some freaky shit. Imagine if I went there, looked at it, became a member, and suddenly the FBI are at my door going, hey, man, you're under arrest. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm into true crime. And they'll be like, well, guess what? Here's true handcuffs, bitch. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, how do you know so much?
Right. Man, you're saying everything a criminal would. That's because I'm into true crime. Well, here's some true handcuffs, some true pepper spray, a true taser. You want to see how they work?
Yeah, it was just, I heard that and I'm like, huh. And I never even thought about the whole Dropbox thing until really last night. And, when I was at work today and I was kind of thinking about it, I'm just like, Dropbox. And I'm like, oh yeah, just like marriage pictures or whatever. And they kind of release them, over time or whatever and things like that. And so I'm like, huh, that all started to make sense. And then I watched that Yellow app video on Justice Serve Daily's page, and man, I can see how I can see now how you think he might have just known that they were in the area, kind of thing. I can see that on your side a little more.
Well, also Snapchat does that. Like, with all of these services, they have. It became a big thing. What was the name of that? When I was in Philly, they had this big app that came out, right? And the app was a random app that if anybody in the area downloaded it, you would see that they're on there, and it gave their name, it gave their height, their weight, their identity, pictures, so that you could hold the app, walk down the street. You could even scan people. If they had the app, when you held it up, it would do facial recognition and it would see who they are. And if they had the app, it would literally on your screen show all the details attached to them. Well, they actually removed the app because they said that was more dangerous. It was the most dangerous app that ever was released.
Yeah.
And
I suppose
and it was violating every single moral obligation to a person's privacy. And they actually removed the app. And I remember because I was thinking about downloading it. I was like, that would be so cool, just walking around scanning people and being like, oh, she's cool. Oh, this is where she lives. This is her phone number. And I was thinking about downloading it because in Philly, it's all about going to clubs and stuff like that. So it was an easy way for me to promote. But when they removed it, I was like, oh, wow, that is dangerous. I'm so glad that they did that. So once that app was removed, they started putting location options for all other things like MySpace. Facebook was coming out at that time.
Oh, MySpace. I forgot about MySpace.
Yeah, and you were able to turn on location notification so that people that were your friends would see that you're in the area or up the street. And I think that was another dangerous thing because even Snapchat, think about that, dude. You look and you're like, oh, that girl, she's right down the street. The one that's sharing all of her pictures, the one that's doing OnlyFans. And I have this deadly crush on her that I want to go to her home. Well, yeah, dude, there she is right on that notification app.
Yeah. I never even heard of this yellow app before until yesterday.
Yep, that's
I
new.
never
I didn't
heard
even
about
get
it,
to
man.
that video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was busy. Like, I was trying to. There's a video I commented. I messaged. I put at for you, Justice, and Amy Celeste. It took me almost all day to get through it because my boss kept messaging me and interrupting me, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna have to quit work. You guys are just interrupting my YouTube time.
Oh my gosh, it's this phone. Is my mic working?
Yep.
This shit's acting crazy today. The StreamYard shit. I don't know if it's StreamYard or if it's my phone. Yeah, so I don't know that. I don't know if that Ohio case, it's pretty similar. So I'll do some more research tomorrow into it. See, but yeah, that yellow app video on her channel, it's I think it's about 40 some minutes long, but very informative. It's a good video to share out there because it just exposes a lot of stuff that I didn't even realize all that stuff was possible with that app, that she was talking about. It's just,
do they do
parents
an
just
on-screen
need to
visual?
watch. I didn't get to watch the screen. I was working, so I just was listening while I was working. But I believe she probably does. I know it almost sounded like it had instructional videos that she got off of a website or something that explained how the app works and what it's about. All that stuff. Yeah, definitely watch it. It's a good watch. The amount of research that that channel does is amazing. It's crazy research. I wish I was able to research shit like that. Then I wouldn't have a show though.
I don't know, man. That would scare me. I don't. Everybody they do background check things, and I just don't want to be involved with anything like that. If somebody else wants to download the documents and they want to say, "Here, I will share it," I'll utilize it. But for me, the last thing I want is for me to do like a background check on Richard Allen, and after this whole thing is done, let's say he was completely innocent, but I'm blasting his personal information all over the place, his wife's information, his kids' information, his son-in-law's information, and then it turns out that they accidentally had the wrong Richard Allen and they put this all on him. At that point, I'm a world destroyer, a family destroyer. So I'm not that person that wants to get that info. Because it's a possibility that he might be innocent and they grabbed a guy that stole his identity and was doing all of this on the DL, and suddenly we're blasting him, his wife, his daughter, his son-in-law, and all of them are humiliated, lost their jobs. They'll forever be, even if they get exonerated, connected to this case.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that world.
A big woof. Right.
Right? I mean, think about the logic.
Yeah.
That. You know how many times that happens? Somebody steals somebody's identity. And the reason I say that is the guy who remember when I said I moved back to New York to save an old friend of mine, and then she screwed me over by still going to hang out with him and sneaking around with him?
Yeah.
That's the role. That's what he tried to use. He flipped the story by saying, "Oh, by the way, just so you know, they stole my identity and somebody else used my stuff and I got arrested for it. But since they stole my identity and I was already arrested, they said that I have to serve the time." So he was lying. But there are people who he was lying. That was all false. But don't
tell me she believed it.
She did. Oh, 100%.
Oh my gosh. That's so obvious.
Exactly. There are people where that happens, but they get fully exonerated. It's announced this person was not guilty. Somebody stole their identity, like Anthony Shots, the cop who was the Anthony Shots personality, the visual. They said he's not involved in any way, and they kept stressing it. And I'm like, why do they keep stressing that? But I'm glad they did, because truthfully, if they don't keep saying he's not a guilty party, if his images were used, people will see him and associate him with it. But
yeah, no
if
matter
it's
what.
right, so right now, if somebody stole Richard Allen's identity, totally, completely, 100%, like went to his Wi-Fi, knew the password, and just utilized his ISP address and everything, and it turns out in a couple of months it wasn't him at all, and this poor guy was like attacked, beaten, injured in prison, and then all of a sudden he's not the guilty party. They figured out, somebody was very good and used his identity. I don't want to be the person that just went through and pulled up every detail of everybody in his family's life. I'll share my thoughts with what's public, but I'm not going to be the person sharing his private info.
Wouldn't that be a curveball, man? That would be a curveball.
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to explain with Justice and Amy Celeste when they were in chat, but it didn't really come up. And I was like, you know what? I'll bring that up at another time because that's my personal outlook on this. But yeah, I would just really, really hate for that to be the reason. But I just utilized all these, ways to figure out people's past websites and I spent tremendous amounts of money to get this info for it to just be somebody used his identity. So I'll just use what's left public, and this is how I approach all the cases without, any remorse.
I'm just sitting here thinking, if that even happened, man, I don't know what you could trust anymore if that happened, if the cops really did bust a dude where his identity got stolen, and then you're just like, well, what do you believe? What can you believe before, is something
right.
a month later gonna come out really not true? Or
I just don't want me personally to be the person that did that. So I try to not dig up too much personal info outside of what's delivered from, the news and stuff like that.
Well, did you get to listen to that phone call? We only got a minute and a half through it yesterday, that prison phone call. Did you get to listen to it on anybody else's shit?
Oh, no. I saw that your live was for Delphi again, so I thought, he'll probably play it again. I don't want to know what's going on, because if you saw the Amanda Bearden video, I had already watched the entire thing. And I'm like, you know what? I just went nuts.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, man. That's I was listening to that at work, and it's almost as confusing as, I don't know, like her timeline of what took place, like she's changing her story.
Yep.
It's just like, dude, what?
Let me just put it this way.
It's even more confusing now than it was, and it was already crazy confusing.
Nope. This is how I look at it for everything that transpires within a case. And I say this, you've seen me and you've heard me say this on multiple occasions. Whether you're innocent or guilty, shut your mouth, don't open it. Do not say a word. If you make a statement, make it very straightforward and end it. No crying, no going into detail, no talking about how you guys used to frolic through the forest together. You don't talk about shit except for, at this time, the police are investigating this case. I implore anybody that has any information or any, or even has the person in question, please return them or let them go, or please come forward with your information. Thank you very much. And that's it. Don't go into talk. Don't go into detail. Don't start telling stories, because even a true story will change when you're retelling it. And the example that I use is Quentin's babysitter. At first, she's like, he had 2 belt marks, one across his arm and one around his neck. And then she made another video, then another video, and finally her last one, she's like, he had 2 bruises. I don't know if he was beaten. Girl, you originally said that whatever they say first is what's going to account for whatever they say after. And Amanda Bearden, what she said first was contradictory to her story completely. So every time she said, wait until you hear my story is the true one. Girl, your true story came out while the heat of the moment was on. Your story after, if it changes one tiny bit, really makes you look bad. Her story changed completely. Not one thing matched original story. So, yeah, you keep your mouth shut. Like Richard Allen, notice he refused to say a word. He hasn't spoken to anybody. This phone call, he's not on it, I guess, from what you said. It's the smartest thing in the world, because if he's standing there listening, don't open your mouth, bro. Even if you're innocent, because they're going to spin whatever you say to fit their narrative.
What's up, Donovan? How you doing? Thanks for the follow, buddy, on Twitch. Appreciate it. Doing good. Hope you're doing good. We're just talking some Delphi stuff. And since you're new to the stream, go ahead and sub to my YouTube at EvilleCJ, and you can see all the other videos as well. Now we're talking some Delphi tonight. How are you doing? Elbow cough, virtual hug.
Amy Celeste in the house.
What's up, Amy? Elbow cough, virtual hug. It's so funny how they just spell out the emojis. You're more than welcome to join if you'd like. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's so
Amy
confusing,
Celeste,
man.
come on up. I love your voice, girl. Come on up.
How long was that video anyway of Collier's daughter? It was a long one, wasn't it?
Dude, it was long. And that's the problem.
It like drug on. There we go. What's up, Donovan?
Hey, Donovan, how's it going? Now I see your chat. I didn't see anything he was saying while you were putting it up. Probably, is he cross-streaming?
Oh, from Twitch? Yeah, I'm on Twitch too. On Twitch, and I think I'm streaming it to Facebook as well. Doing okay? That's awesome, man. Well, we only got through a minute and a half. Yeah, you can ask anything, man. We got through a minute and a half of the prison call, and then we had that bombshell dropped, and it was just like, whoa. And after all that, I'm like, anything that I fucking play after this is not gonna compare. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just save it for tomorrow.
Hell yeah, I'm ready. Dude,
But
anytime.
yeah, this prison interview is pretty interesting. I just leave it like, let me see. Can I ask you something? Yeah, what's up, man? All right, let's see. Let's get this turned off, and then we'll head to the interview here. And let me put up close
Now, wait,
caption.
is this an actual interview or is it just a phone conversation?
Or phone call? My bad, phone call. I woke up. I had to take a nap myself, and it was like last minute shit. And I'm not, and like I didn't even. I'm trying my hardest. Not like once I set a time, I'm really like, I don't know. I think I maybe bumped it back one other time, 5 minutes or something, you know. But I'm really trying to, like, if I post a time, I'm really trying to make sure that I make it no matter what. And this nap that I took was like up to the last minute of shit. So,
Word. Hey, I got a question. Can you hear this?
No. What are you
So
playing?
my cat's purring, and I tried to get her on the mic, though she was sleeping on the floor in the other room, which I have no idea why cats do that. She has a whole $300 bean bag that I bought for myself that she claimed it's now hers. But earlier when I was listening to Justice, Amy Celeste came on, and I'm not playing. My cat, her ears perked up. She looked all the way over at my computer desk, and I thought, what is she looking at? Is she gonna like attack me and kill me? She jumped onto my desk, went up to the phone, started purring, started rolling around, and I'm like, oh, she likes Amy Celeste.
Uh-oh.
I was like, well, Amy, I guess you got yourself a new cat, because she's if you came to my door, she would probably just tear through the screen on my window and climb out.
Yeah, you're the catnip.
She's the cat whisperer.
Ooh, I can't wait for Saturday for this ghost UFO Bigfoot stuff. Can't wait, man.
Dude,
It's gonna be interesting as hell.
If you haven't watched my Maryland ghost story, please, please, please watch that and bring it up, because back in 2012, they came out in 2011. In 2012, I didn't know. I just found out about it, and I used to blog at that time on a thing called Blogger. It's still around now, just nobody uses it. And I have everything on there from haunted dolls to and on Reddit. I just recently updated my Reddit, and the woman who owns I think it's Catherine, the haunted doll, she messaged me back in 2012, and I missed it because the girl that I moved back to New York for was a controlling kind of girl that didn't want me online or anything. And I finally found her again, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, please use my doll if you're gonna make another if you're gonna make a story." And now, since I'm doing animated videos, my next one on haunted dolls, I'm gonna have images of her and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah, you got some good animated videos, man. I was pretty impressed with it, man. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to make them, though. Nobody knows it, but it's so hard.
What kind of program is that?
Oh, dude. So just so everybody knows, this is what I have two phones. I have an iPhone and a Droid. The reason I have two is because everybody that likes Droid is like, you never tried a Droid, don't talk about Droid. So I had to buy a Droid. I'm an iPhone user, so I have both. So I basically created two Snapchats, and I create all my characters in there. Like my Darrell Brooks, I actually made my avatar Darrell Brooks. I created him. So I take all the screen images of every animation they have for your character, and then I have to edit out green. I use white screen mostly, but it's called green screening. But I green screen out what I want, and then I like animate. Now I could make it so the parts move, and that takes so long, and it doesn't look as good as just having the avatar doing things like coming onto the screen, popping in. So I decided to strictly use avatars, and then make animated movements for them in a whole instead of individual body parts. So it's a long process, but yeah, I create them all myself, edit it all myself, and then I put it into CuteCut on my phone. Everything's been done on my phone completely. Nothing on the computer at all.
Really? Wow,
and
man.
I use one voice change program. It's an absolutely free program. But I don't like the other voices. I just like the helium or child voice for every character. So I only use them, and I think it's the funniest additive to my videos, having him be like, "Yeah, man." Like in one video, I made him say, Danny from the Quentin case, he's always like, "I'm fast as fuck, boy." And that's just from TikToks. And I'm like, that's so funny because that video is so great that I'm just going to use that line. "I'm fast as fuck, boy." And you hear him in that high-pitched voice going, "I'm out of here. I'm fast as fuck, boy." And he takes off. So.
Yeah. On your phone, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And all the comedy is just, I'm also an illusionist. So throughout all the years of performing, at first, I started with kid parties. And I couldn't stand it. Kids are the meanest people on the planet. Like, you're performing something, and they're like, "I know how you did it." And you're like, "Oh, really? Shut up. You don't know shit, you little fuck." And they're like, "I know how you did it. You did this, and then you moved it there, and I saw you. I know how you did it." And they'll say it so many times that you're just like, "Listen, get your fucking kid out of here, okay? He's ruining it for everybody else." And the other kids are like, "I saw it too." And they didn't see shit. They're just like, "All right, yeah, I did too." And you're just like, I can't stand it. And then one day, a buddy of mine was like, who's also a magician. He's like, hey, do you want to do an adult party? And I'm like, wait, you mean like we're gonna have sex or something? And he's like, no, man, an adult party for magicians. And I'm like, dude, what kind of adult wants to see him?
What the
And you
fuck?
wouldn't believe how many gatherings will hire you for like $1,500 for a 45-minute show to come in if you're good enough. Like, I do metal bending. It's all fake, everybody. Telekinesis isn't real. But I do metal bending. I bend forks with my mind and stuff like that. And I'll use their utensils. So I'm a big commodity when it came to doing parties, adult parties. And adults are better. I'm sorry. They love balloon animals. So I could sit there making lovebirds, and women are like, here's my number, call me, and we'll fuck just because you could blow up a balloon. And I'm like, damn, this is the best business in the world, and I'm the only straight magician. Jesus, this is perfect. Yeah, but kids, they just don't, and some of them are just as mean. They'll say, you suck, you're horrible. They'll pop your balloons, and you're like, dude, seriously? If an adult pops a girl's balloon, every girl at the party's kicking his ass. At a kid's party, they just start popping everything you did, and you're like, great. Then they cry they don't have it anymore, so you have to do it all over again.
Oh yeah.
But that's where my
Wow,
comedy came from, that for these videos.
What's up, Mel Mac, Mama Bear? Hey everybody.
Dang, we got Mel back. Yeah, Mel Mac, Mama
Wait,
Bear. Who
magicians
else?
are straight?
That's my ongoing joke with magicians. Anytime I'm doing something, like if I'm I solve the Rubik's Cube in like 30 seconds, or I do it magically with different stuff, and people are like, "Man, that's good." Like I'll say, "Hey, can you mix up this cube?" And they start turning. I'm like, gay guys mix stuff up the best, and they're like, "I'm not gay," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Anyway, these gay guys really, and I do it in a way because I'm not homophobic, but I make everybody laugh, and even my gay friends are like, you're so funny when you're talking about us, because like we know that you don't hate us, that you really, closet case love us. And I'm like, yeah, just because I'm a magician, no, not at all. But yeah, the comedy aspect with all my videos, the joke that I use, I'm very, very straightforward when I say things, which is why people are like, you swear too much. Well, yeah, because dude, I swear. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. When I was a kid, I can't swear. My parents would punish me. I'm an adult. Nobody punishes me now. I don't care who you are. So I'm going to swear if I want to swear.
Well, I just wanted to say, man, it's really cool animation you got on there. Really neat, man. I was just always curious how that's amazing that you can do it from your phone, man. When are you gonna start doing some talking and shit on your own?
As soon as I
thanks
get
for
a written
coming in, Mama Bear.
contract saying that you're going to be my video partner, bro, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of dual streams.
Oh, I'm down, man. I'm down. I even thought about doing some different things.
Job. Amy Celeste, you're my favorite person on the planet. Job is my favorite from Arrested Development. Like that, aside from him being funny, like in other comedy skits, his portrayal of Job as magician, along with Ben Stiller, because if you watch Arrested Development, you know that was funny. Seriously, the funniest magician parody that could ever exist, except for it was another movie with the guy who played Michael Scott. Do you know who did that in The Office, CJ? I forget his real name, but he was in a show.
I can't remember.
He was in a movie where he's a magician. I think Jim Carrey played a Chris Angel type magician. And
what? I never.
Dude.
Oh, I'd have to watch that. Really?
It's so funny.
It's not even ringing a bell. It's not even ringing a bell.
For the kid's birthday party, and Jim Carrey walks up and he's like, "What do you have in the box?" He's like, "It's a gift for the kid." And he's like, "Is it in the box?" And he's like, "Oh no!" And he makes it appear in his pants. Poor puppy.
Hell, mate, what's it called? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm gonna have. Hold on. I'm literally gonna look it up because it was the funniest.
Yeah, let me know because I gotta watch that. I love Jim Carrey. I can't believe it's not even ringing a bell to me.
I believe it was Jim
thank you,
Carrey.
Mama Bear.
Double check.
we're gonna get to this. We got a couple videos. We were gonna get to some stuff last night, and then Amy and Justice hopped in and just blew our minds and totally just dropped the nuclear bomb on us there. So I figure we could maybe just chill back tonight. I mean, if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome. I'll go ahead and throw out a link again if anybody wants to hop up. But figure we just check out this prison call, maybe a couple new videos that came out in the last day or two, and just hang out and chit chat about it. I kind of would like to look up some of this Operation Bulldog stuff if we kind of get through all the videos and such. But it's really whatever. Just more chat. Yeah,
Okay,
I
think
ran.
it's called The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, I believe. That might be.
That okay. That's yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it is. Now it's. Yeah, because that was that during the time when they were all saying he was losing his shit mentally and like acting all weird and shit. Was that around that time, or was this? What year
I
did
think
that
it was
come
right
out?
before. It was 2013, so I think it was right before.
Okay.
But the weird thing is, I don't think Jim Carrey was going crazy. What I think was he is in a Kanye West situation where, or Kyrie Irving. You know, when you go down a rabbit hole and you 100% believe it, so you start talking about it, you look crazy. So when people are like, Kyrie, how's it feel to use a basketball on a flat Earth? You know, he's so down with just the point of view of one belief system that it doesn't matter what you say. If everybody on the planet believed the Earth was flat and he thought it was round because of videos that he watched on YouTube, he would still be saying it's round. So it's the same with Kanye West. You know, he starts hearing Jay-Z is part of the Illuminati. He's like, oh, that secret organization that owns all the $100 bills and they have little implants on them. That's the only reason he feels that way, because his primary focus is only those videos, not anything else that's on the outside. So I think Jim Carrey fell down the rabbit hole of the Matrix.
Well, he started like I think he started when he did the Andy Kaufman movie. When he started like really like thinking about like life and what life is and what life means and what, you know, just the fifth dimension of thought when everybody else is on the third, you know, just that deeper. Because I watched some of his stuff and it's like I felt bad for him, because it's like, dude, you know, there's a lot of superficial out there, and there's so many people caught up in that superficial that they don't see life and the beauty of what it is on that deeper level, when you really wonder what your existence is and what your purpose is, and you know, how to get there, and the path you should take, and such. So you know, I kind of felt bad for him. Yeah, he was great in that movie. I thought he was perfect, but I could be mistaken, but isn't he one of those method actors where he's like got to stay in that character while he's doing that movie, even if he's eating a peanut butter sandwich in his trailer, he's got to be that character? Is he a method actor? Do you know?
He kind of is. Like his history about his life, I learned this a long time ago and it blew my mind. His parents lost like their home and everything, and they were living on tents on like a neighbor's lawn. So he was doing stand-up comedy and dishwashing at the same time. Justice!
They already, whatever, she already knows she's the bomb. Please.
And
both of them, the whole Justice League squad, whatever you call it. What is it? Justice Squad?
I think
serious,
we are going to all be the Justice League soon. Watch.
Your videos
We're gonna have, like, a
fucking
new logo.
Swords and shit. Shields, flashes.
Yeah, but with Jim Carrey, being the method actor, I think because he was living in a tent with his family, he was doing comedy shows. And they said, look, there's going to be a scout here from America and you need to be here. And this is when he did In Living Color, I think. So he didn't have any material. He walked up on stage, pulled his arms into his T-shirt, put his hands out and started flopping around like a cockroach. And everybody laughed for like half an hour and he got found it. So he stayed in character that whole time as a cockroach. Didn't do anything but flop around. That tells you he goes all out for his one specialty. So I would think he's a method actor.
I love In Living Color too, man. That was a great show. Like Wanda, just all them. I'd probably get in trouble for playing some of that shit on a stream, wouldn't I? You get in trouble for that shit? I don't know.
I think you could play it like
probably, huh?
Thing.
Yeah, just like do what I do with my normal shit. Just pause it, rewind it, talk over it, shit like that. Because, man, it would be nice to watch someone living. Man, maybe we can do that Saturday, too. Talk Bigfoot, UFOs, watch someone Living Color. Yeah.
See, one of the things that I do want to throw out there is because a lot of people get turned off. If they don't believe in Bigfoot, they will refuse to watch your channel, like my channel or anybody's channel if you do it. The thing about these stories, it's not a factor that we're saying something does exist or something doesn't exist. So whether you're a believer or non-believer doesn't matter. Hearing about a different point of view on a topic is important in life. You just can't say, well, this person says that Scott's cat is possessed by a demon and believe it. Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe she's mad that I didn't give her the right food. So it's about point of views. It's hear everybody out, even if you're dead set against it. Unless you are so dead set against it, it'll make you so angry that you'll, hurt somebody. Then don't. But listen.
Bigfoot exists,
dude.
And then you just punch him if you don't believe, huh?
Bro, before I'm guilty 100%. I am the most horrible person for what I did to the person that made me realize that what happened to me could have been this circumstance, and I didn't put two and two together until this person. But before I did the research, I was making fun of him. We became best friends after I started like looking at it from a different perspective, because I was like, I didn't even think of that. We became best friends for a short time period. Like, we were always hanging out. We went places. I changed his point of view on a lot of topics. And he was just like, that's weird. I never thought about it that way. But if it wasn't for this guy that I insulted for probably a month before I said, okay, fine, let me hear you out. And it changed the whole dynamic. So keep that in mind, everybody.
Oh, listen. Was hooting one night. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I'm totally open to the idea of it existing. Have I seen shit that makes me go, oh yeah, I believe it. But dude, I'm ready. I'm ready to hear some shit. I'm ready to hear these, different stories. Just whatever. It's gonna be interesting. And
Amy Celeste, that hooting that you're talking about, I've never personally heard more than
goddamn Sasquatch.
No, seriously, I heard it and I didn't know what it was, and I passed it off as maybe an injured wolf or mountain lion. But the place that I was at didn't even have mountain lions and didn't have wolves. So that was the only sound I can make it sound like in my mind as a child. And for 25 years before I even met this guy, I said it's mountain lion. So he did the research and said, so you were at this area at this time. There are no mountain lions that have been there within 100 years. There's no wolves that have ever been in that area. And I'm like, well, what else would it have been? And he looked all this information up, and I didn't, which was bad because I camped in those areas. I hiked in those areas. And I just sat there like, damn, FFS, bro. I don't know what it could have been then. And the way I described it sounded like one of those animals if you were in an area where they existed. And I'm like, that's almost exactly what I heard. And it was a mountain lion, because when they're in heat, they sound like a woman screaming in the woods. And I was like, that's exactly what I heard. So it must have been a mountain lion. And when he said, no, that in Minerva, New York, there's no mountain lions, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean? Come on. And he was like, nope. And I was blown away when he showed me that there were no mountain lions out that way. I was just like, dude, now I feel weird. But that we'll get into that Saturday because
it's gonna be fun.
You got to hear
just
it in
off
the whole
wall
context,
shit,
not pieces.
Yeah, just off the wall shit. Yeah, you should. Oh yeah, because you're going off mobile, so you can't screen share. I was gonna say it'd be cool, just like you can pull up some stuff if you. Is there a way to do that on mobile? The screen share stuff,
I think it's only on a laptop,
PC or
Mac,
laptop.
something.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have my
That'd be
laptop
cool.
here,
I
but
could.
I haven't used this yet, so I don't know how to do it.
If you want to send me some links to go with stuff you're talking about, whether it be like, you want me to look up pictures or videos or something while you're talking about it, I could always do that too and mute audio and things like that, just to kind of give your story a little more effect.
The only thing
I
that
think
I could give
be interesting.
is the Tinley Park. I'll send you the links
Okay.
for that, like tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just oh my gosh. I'm still cracking up at this comment. That goddamn Sasquatch. Oh shit. Man, it's already been an hour and we ain't even talked about Delphi. Whoops, my bad.
Most of the people just arrived, so it's kind of cool because now we're not ahead of them and they're right there with us.
Yeah, I'll just have to put in the description. Skip to the 1 hour mark if you want to hear about Delphi.
Yeah, if you're
that's
only
right. It's my
Delphi
fault though.
And not Jim Carrey, then skip to the 1 hour mark.
It's my fault because I think I started asking you about Bigfoot in the beginning of the stream anyway, or something. So then we just kind of.
I blame Justice because she came in so late.
Yeah, it's her fault. Great videos today. That yellow app one is crazy. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start this prison call. I got the music muted here. All right. We'll go ahead and sit back for a minute.
Now, we're talking about Richard Allen, the guy that fucking did the Delphi murders. He got transferred, there to Westville when?
Like Thursday. Last Thursday.
Okay. So you know some people that take care of or feed him and stuff?
You're not recording this shit, are you?
No.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
but yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they were actually, they told him the other day, they said, hey, we need you to clean out this observation cell. Clean it out really good. And then he was like, what's going on? Like, man, something's up. Like, everybody's acting all weird. So he cleaned out, he scrubbed this observation room. It's a suicide room. It's on camera. And like 30 officers come in, like state police, the sheriffs, all of them, and they brought him, Richard Allen, in there, in an observation cell.
No shit.
Yeah, so he's on suicide watch. He's on camera, and they are not allowed to bring him food or nothing. The COs bring him the food, but they walk by him, and he's basically been asleep for 3 days. He don't do nothing. He sleeps, and everybody on the ranges are yelling at him, saying, "You're not safe anywhere, bitch. We're gonna kill your ass," and they're just hollering at him 24/7.
No shit.
And he's laying there acting like he's sleeping the whole time since he's been here for like 3 days.
Dang. You got to provide me with updates, bro, on this guy.
I will. That's why I just went and asked dude that, he's actually the one that cleaned out the observation cell. That's what he called it, observation cell. And the sergeant was like, clean this out. And he's like, what's going on? Like, and the sergeant was like, I'll tell you in a minute. And then they're like, you know that fucking dude that killed the Delphi girls? Like, yeah, they're bringing him in here. Like, they said they don't have anywhere in the state, anywhere they can keep him safe.
I bet not.
Mom said that the judge was like, look, I'm ordering him to be sent to Indiana Department of Corrections. and like withdrew from the case.
Yeah, the judge is scared, man, because the judge is worried that they're going to be putting pictures of his family and stuff like that on the news and on TV. And the judge even said that his staff can't handle this case. And
Okay, wasn't the judge a woman? Wasn't the judge a woman?
I think the original judge was a guy. They've changed it to a woman, if I'm not mistaken.
To a
I
woman?
might have that backwards.
I thought it was a woman, and then they. Huh. That's interesting. The new judge. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I heard it was a woman first. Okay.
like, yeah, I foresee this definitely being transferred. But they called in they said they might have a judge. I did see that.
So I want to know how they found out it's him finally.
Well, bro, what I know, and this is from me, like, keeping an eye on social media and filtering through the crap and not the crap, you know. But, so, I guess they served a search warrant on his home almost 2 weeks to the day of them detaining him. And I heard that the way they got the search warrant was they said that one of the neighbors had something stolen and it was buried in his yard. And that's how they were able to get the search warrant for his place.
So, what did they find?
From what I've seen on social media from the neighbor that was there watching all day long, the neighbor said that the cops rolled in at about noon, and then they had Richard Allen standing out in his driveway for a couple hours, and then Richard Allen's wife pulled up in her minivan, and Richard Allen got into the minivan and sat in the passenger seat with the minivan door open. And then a couple hours after that, I guess it was seen that the sheriff of Delphi showed up with some piece of paper and went and showed it to Richard Allen. And after that, they went ahead and put Richard Allen's vehicle, not the minivan, but his vehicle, they put it on a flatbed tow truck and towed it away. And they searched the house and they dug in the backyard in 2 different spots that were little burn piles. And then it was getting dark, but the neighbor was watching with binoculars and seeing them carry out a shoebox, 2 different dark cloth items, and a mason bag. And I think maybe one other thing, but I'm not for certain about that. So, but I also heard on social media that they had been watching Richard Allen, and he had recently burnt something in his backyard. So this is what I believe most might have happened. That's all speculation, but still, this is kind of what I think.
What do you think he burned?
I don't know, man. It could have been a flashlight. Could have been anything. But if they arrested him, there had to be something solid that they arrested him on. Like,
Small
I
stack
don't
of
know.
books.
Well,
Journals.
yeah. Ooh,
Interesting.
did somebody say
That's what he
journals?
was burning? Yeah.
See,
Amy
that's
said,
the
yeah, a
main.
small stack of books.
It's
Could be
so funny
journals.
that you mentioned that, Amy Aless,
That's
because
interesting.
there are other cases where serial killers kept journal, and
Yeah.
that is like I journals for CP rings. It's usually just their pictures, images, and stuff like that. But serial killers keep journals of details, like the Boneyard Killers. They kept a journal. The guy was actually writing a book and a screenplay based on murders and stuff. Um, we also have big time serial killers that have done that too. So that's interesting if they found journals.
And that could be part of his, because after everything went down, he went to the rehab there for 30 days or whatever, and maybe that's part of the process of how they were trying to get him through the mental shit he was going through. And it's like, hey, you got to write your stuff down. Whatever's bothering you got to write it down. If you don't want to talk about it, at least write it down.
Oh
You got
yeah.
to get it out somehow. I could see that, definitely. Maybe cat remains. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Oh
remember
my gosh.
they don't remember they. Another channel was showing a
Speculation,
video
correct.
of the wife feeding a stray cat, and she seemed to have always took care of stray cats. Some killers, that's what they start with, or they enjoy doing, torturing and murdering animals. Now, the
Yeah.
whole thing about him
Yep.
admitting himself, I truly feel that was his way of removing himself from that society for 30 days so that it helped him not look like a suspect. If he was always there, they would be like, well, who else was at the bridge? And people would ask questions. But if you admit yourself into a hospital, nobody wants to talk about that. They'll whisper
Yeah,
the
but wouldn't
rumor.
that look odd too, though? Admitting yourself into a hospital for 30 days right after that shit happened, wouldn't that look kind of weird too?
It would, but it makes it look like you just have
Oh,
issues, maybe one
wow.
issue. What?
They took Klein's dog. Animal hair possible. Yeah, I heard animal hair and other hair fibers. And they took Klein's dog. That's interesting.
Well, I'll be very honest with you. If hypothetically my next door neighbor turned out to be one of these CP people or C molesters, and they were taken in, they have two dogs. My landlord doesn't want dogs, but I would tell him, dude, this dog, I don't want him around him anymore. Even if they get out free on, bail, we're going to keep their dog because those poor animals get tortured just as badly as other people in the household because they have no voice.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that doesn't
Yeah.
have a voice will get abused.
Yeah. Hmm. Hey, ATS. Thanks for joining. How are you doing today? I'm sorry I missed your stream this morning. It didn't give me a
ATS
notification for
news.
some reason.
Yeah, me
And
neither.
then
What's up with that ATS
when I
news?
clicked on it, it was already over, and I'm like, "Aw." My
My
partner at work,
notifications
he's like,
haven't picked up.
"What?" I'm like, "I missed ATS this morning." Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, that's interesting. And then interesting about what it could be that he was burning. That's journals. Very interesting.
But Mama Bear, we've seen that, and I'm glad you mentioned that because there are a lot of people out there, whether no matter what level of crime they are, out of sight, out of mind is always the primary function. You do something huge, you disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's admitting yourself to a hospital, and it's easy. You just walk into a hospital and you say, "I'm thinking about harming myself." They put you on like level 5, and boom, you get locked away. Yeah, it puts a blemish on your record of potential, self-harm, but it gives you that time frame where you can separate yourself from the village that is discussing stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it can't be him," because you're going to hear one person say, "But isn't he in a mental ward?" And they're going to assume you've been there for like a year. So it's a good way to separate yourself from crimes that are occurring when you're the one doing them.
Mm, this is crazy. Yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys thought he was burning, because I always wondered myself. I thought maybe it was some kind of souvenir that he brought with him or something, but I never thought journals. I'm thinking that's a good idea
If it
then.
was journals,
So
that makes more sense because
Yeah.
you can rewrite a journal. All of his
Hmm.
crimes are picture perfect in his mind, whatever they were, even if it was only that one crime. He remembers every detail. He'll rewrite it. But
Hmm.
memorabilia, you would bring it if you destroyed it. There's one of two things: you either bring it somewhere else and hide it, or you destroy it and now you have to start over, which means go
That's
find
what
more
I think he
targets.
buried. That's what I think he
Possibly.
buried. What they were trying to dig up is something that he did bury. And I think that picture with his daughter with the tracks going all the way down behind her, I think that was one of his little manufactured souvenirs, because then he could totally, at any moment, just picture himself walking down the tracks.
Did
Let's see.
anybody compare that picture and try to like overlay it on images from the video to see if it was like you can see the exact location? Because that's what I think it was for. That's why he might have
Let me see.
suggested it.
Small stack of books from his house. I was guessing they might be journals. 2 pieces of clothing.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
the
always going
sweater.
to take books that are your personal books because
It's
a lot
true.
of people use
Not.
they use codes. So in order to keep track of stuff, they'll use a code. They'll be like page 9 of each book, and they remember or circle or highlight a word. This way, they can put them together later if when they're like, oh, where did this happen, or what am I trying to remember? Password. Okay, the password to this Anthony Shots would be page 9. The first book would be first paragraph. Page 9 of the second book would be the word in the second paragraph. So this way they can have a series of books that they can always use for ciphers to remember passwords, coordinates on a map, stuff like that.
Ah. All right, let's see what else he has to say here.
hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So you know who this Keegan Klein character is?
Who?
Keegan Klein.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that guy, he was soliciting minors online, and I think his dad was possibly also involved, Tony Klein. And I think Tony Klein and Richard Allen knew each other because Richard Allen used to live in Peru, close to Keegan Klein and his dad, Tony Klein. And Tony Klein and Richard Allen are about the same age. So I think they knew each other from there, and they went. Like Keegan Klein, the son, was like, "Hey, I've got these girls here," and because on Keegan Klein's phone, the day the girls went missing, he did a search for the Marathon gas station in Delphi. So I think he went to Delphi and either gave that phone to Richard Allen or sold it to him, or he was then either complicit with what happened with the girls, one or the other.
What phone? I don't know what. Anyway, yeah, okay.
The phone that Keegan Klein was using to talk to the girls on the fake Snapchat account.
Okay, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, no, Keegan Klein, he had made up a fake Snapchat account and was talking to the girls on that fake Snapchat account. Well, he had talked to the girls the day that they went missing, he was like the last one to talk to him on that Snapchat account. So I think that maybe.
Yeah, I agree. To me, it sounded like they were like family or close friends or something. What a call, though. What a call.
Keegan Klein might have drove that phone to Marathon gas station and been like, oh, I'm gonna sell this other pedophile guy this fucking phone because he want, it has some because it has little girl contact information on it and stuff like that. Because they think it's kind of like.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how did this dude live in the fucking Delphi for fucking 6 years and they didn't even.
Like, what everybody doesn't understand, man, is how did this guy, because there's pictures of him, bro, up there at JT Farr.
I've seen him.
With the sketch of him in the background.
Yeah. And, like, I thought, like, 3 days after it happened, he turned himself into the fucking mental hospital and shit, too.
So people are like, how did his wife not know? And,
I guarantee she knows.
Well, yeah, and then also it was, some people are thinking now possibly maybe it was his wife that actually tipped the police off.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if his wife's the one that did it.
But I
tipped him off.
I think this Keegan Klein character finally ratted Richard Allen out. I think because they searched the Wabash River just like 2 months ago, and right around that time, there was an order to pull Keegan Klein out of the Miami County Jail and take him into Indiana State Police custody so that he could make a deal with them and stuff. Because he was due in court he was due for jury trial and stuff in September. So a lot of people think that this Keegan Klein, because he's facing like 30 different child porn charges, he made a deal with them finally and told him who he sold that phone to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost here. I'm just saying, like, if these girls were walking along the trail and dude killed them down there, like, what's that got to do with somebody talking to them on the phone? And
all right, well, how about this? What about if I set up a fake Snapchat account and I called Shannon?
Wow. So there was no tip that got them to Allen, huh?
Well, don't forget that the person on the phone is telling the person inside what transpired from what we know. So unless the police release it, if the police would have released his wife tipped him off, he would have been like, his wife turned him in, or he or she, I'm not sure. His wife turned him in. But right now they're just using all of the theories. So we don't know. It could have been. The police aren't releasing that. Honestly, I wouldn't if I was the police. And this sucks because I want to know. I want to know everything that they know right now. But I understand why they're not sharing it, because if potentially there is another person, I wouldn't want that information out yet, because then they'd be after that person.
I guess it's new information today that it didn't. Okay, so see here, I thought the wife turned him in up until tonight because now I guess so they had to have got it from Keegan then, huh? I need to follow or subscribe to the murder sheet. I need to write that down.
Unless I see the news report where they say, yes, we received the information that Keegan Klein specifically named him and said he was part of this, it's just a rumor to me, because
that's pretty much confirmed.
When I told people
it's all speculation.
Right, exactly. When I told people that Jared was touchy-feely and he looked really weird, in old videos, they freaked out on me. He's an angel. And I'm like, I'm just saying, don't be like off-put. And this is when Kylie first started. I sent messages directly to other creators that I was like, they never heard of Adventures with Purpose. And I'm like, look, go watch his old videos. He acts really pervy. Even in the video with his daughter, it looks weird. Look past it because he does such good work and he's coming to help for Kylie. And people were like, you're such a dirtbag. You're an asshole for saying this. He's an angel sent from God. And I'm like, I'm just saying he acts pervy. Drop it. And then suddenly this comes out and people are like, he always seemed pervy to me. And I'm like, really? Hold on. I'm an asshole, but you always believed he was a pervy person. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I have the messages to prove it. From you calling me a dirtbag and me messaging other people saying, just look past his perviness. So, it's kind of one of those situations here where unless I hear them say, yes, for damn sure, this person told us to go there, I can't. It's just all speculation in my eyes and people theorizing, which is fine.
Well, it has to be. It has to be. And, we need to say it's speculation too, because, some of this shit, it is speculation. This show is speculation. And a lot of the stuff that we talk about is speculation because we don't know who did this or how this happened or whatever.
I mean, here, let me just give this example to make people understand why I refuse to believe it unless it's 100%, given as a scenario. Let's say that everybody's spreading that his wife turned him in, and there is a partner or there is a group involved that wanted this. They're going to go after his wife. They're going to hurt her because if it was somebody who helped him, well, he doesn't know if he told his wife about him. So he's going to go looking for her and kill her. If it's a group, they're going to be like, well, we got to silence this chick if she turned him in because he might have told her more information. So I don't like throwing that out there unless the police come out and say it because of those reasons.
Well, yeah. Of course, we're not trying to get anybody hurt. We're just trying to chill back and have some conversations. Definitely.
Because we all know the only witness that's a really good secret keeping witness is a dead witness. So if we truly start saying it was this person or this person, right now this conversation is dangerous for Richard Allen because let's hypothetically say it's not him. It was mistaken identity. Somebody stole his identity. Well, if he gets killed in jail, we assume that an innocent man, at that point, we believe he's guilty. I believe he's guilty, but if he was,
they were already ready to kill him.
They were.
I mean, you hear this guy talking. They're like, as soon as he walked in, we're gonna kill you, bitch. This is before any of us started talking like that. Yeah.
But what happens at that point is this guy gets killed. Everybody believes he's the only person involved or whatever, while the real killer is walking around going, well, that takes care of that. Now I'm safe to go do it again.
These guys, man. This is by the way, Justice, right before I went live tonight, there was a school teacher in Ohio that got busted. I think he was using a Dropbox and stuff as well. So I'm gonna look up some stuff after we're done tonight and see what that's all about. But I didn't really have time to check it out before I got on. But I did want to mention that to you since you're in the chat. And let's see, we got about 3 minutes of this. We'll finish this up, and then I guess we can just kick back and chat. At least play this prison call. It is something that's really interesting to listen to. And then we'll just go ahead and chill back and chat about whatever after that. Finish all this other stuff on another show.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost here. I'm just saying, like, if these girls were walking along the trail and dudes killed them down there, like, what's that got to do with somebody talking to them on the phone? And
all right, well, how about this? What about if I set up a fake Snapchat account and I called Shannon Moyer up, and Shannon Moyer thought he was getting ready to go meet Jennifer Aniston, but really it's the Grim Reaper at the bridge.
Okay, nobody say anything about him meeting up with anybody.
No, because that's all speculation. That's why. But that's what they think. That's why the girls went to the bridge. the reason the girls went to that bridge, they believe, is because they communicated with Keegan Klein on that fake Snapchat account, and they thought they were going there to meet this guy by the name of Anthony Schatz, who's like a model, like a 19-year-old model. When really it's this big fat slobby dude. And they think that, I think that his dad, Tony Klein, because he knew Richard Allen, I think all three of them are possibly involved.
I think if there was that many people involved, then somebody would have already been caught.
Well, they've got two of them. They've got Keegan Klein and they got Richard Allen.
What they charged Keegan Klein with?
30-some different counts of fucking child porn. They got him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what about the Delphi murders, though?
Nope,
what are they charging with on there?
Nothing.
Okay, that's, yeah.
So it's all speculation. It's all speculation from there. That's why they got the probable cause affidavit sealed, and they're not letting anybody see that. There's a hearing, I think.
You have 1 minute remaining.
There's a hearing, I think, November 22nd, to talk about if they're going to keep that probable cause affidavit sealed or not.
Yeah, they need to quit being so secretive with everything. Don't let motherfuckers know what the fuck they got going on.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, we've waited long enough.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. It's about to hang up.
You know,
make sure you order that magazine.
I will, man. Especially when you got family that lives in Delphi. You know.
Say what?
I said, especially when you have family that lives in Delphi.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just, but. All right. Yeah, I'll order that. That's the magazine.
I think this call took place. I think he was only in that first jail for like 3 days, 2 days or something. And that's when that call took place. I don't know for sure. But it sounds to me like he was only in there for a couple of days. He wants a knitting magazine.
I know one thing I'm taking from that video and using in my everyday life. That little thing that says 1 minute remaining. Every time I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm just going to play that back. 1 minute remaining. And they'll be like, what the fuck? And you'll be like, yeah, I got to go. This is about to hang up.
Oh, that's great.
My boss will call me and then I'll play it like instantly. 1 minute remaining. She'll be like, what's going on? I'll be like, yeah, I got it.
That's all the space my brain has left right now. I'm just letting you know. Oh, wow. Yeah, great call, though. Yeah, I came home a couple days ago, and this was sitting on a plate for me, and I was just like, wow, what a call. But the stuff you guys were talking about last night, this call didn't even compare. Crazy.
I mean, I like the information. I'll just be honest with you, just as Serve Daily. When I was listening to your one of your videos, I like that you present the fact and what it's about, which is something that I'm all about.
Yes.
I really enjoy that because it's not, I mean, you can throw in your personal opinions, and Amy, Celeste, you guys are great when you're discussing it, but you actually give the factual information and then you say, you know what we think, which is such a good thing. It doesn't mix up fact from opinion. And I like that completely.
Yeah, the information behind the words and the presentation and just all of it, the Justice Warriors, you guys, like I'm playing, like I was playing my stream to my coworker today from last night, and even he was just like, wow, you guys are amazing. And I really appreciate the effort, the hard work that you guys put in to what you guys do, and it's definitely um, if you're not being rewarded right now, it's definitely going to be coming. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And I was going to look up some of this Operation Bulldog, but that's probably something that might take a while, I'd assume, if we start getting into that. But yeah, I mean, we can just chat about whatever. I'm thinking, like, what time Saturday night would you want to do this off the wall, just UFO,
It's gonna be
whatever.
So just to throw this out there, these topics, like true crime, we could spend 4 hours right now talking about Delphi and not even, even
Make an
break
inch.
the conversation.
Yeah.
When it comes to like other things that are unexplainable or people they don't have an answer to, you get information like David Paulides and the Missing 411. Like, I have his books on my shelf right now and I read them. And seriously, there was a comment made that if you read the book, when you get through a quarter of it, you're like, didn't I already read this story? And the reason that you feel that is because each and every single case kind of melts together. They all have the same circumstances, but it's unexplainable. So when we're talking about like a Bigfoot, you just can't say, well, it's, a Native American thing or a Russian thing, the Yeti. It's a worldly thing. So you have to look at it in a worldly perspective rather than just a patch of woods. Because remember that guy that was hiding out in Central Park in New York City way back in like the 80s, and he like hid and had guns and stuff, and he was fighting off the local police. And he was basically living there. They made a movie about it too, where he was evading police. Well, that's just one park. Central Park's huge, but it's one park. Could you imagine if you were just get an aerial view of one portion of the Adirondack? And you're going to be, whenever I show somebody a video, I'm like, so where is the deer? Do you see the deer? And they're like, no. And I'm like, wait, but deer are plentiful. They're all, oh, that's my coffee maker. If somebody hears like bubbling. And I'm like, well, what about bears? No, I don't see any bear. Well, why not? This is like, 200, 300, 500 acres. How do you not see an animal? Do you see chipmunks, squirrels? And they're like, no, I don't see it. Birds? No. Well, you're in the forest where they all exist and they thrive and they're plentiful and bountiful, but you can't see them. And now you're going to say, well, Bigfoot can't exist because it's fake. But you can't even see a damn deer. You can't see anything down there. And you're looking at it clearly with a bird's eye view. So when people say that, I also pull out a map and I'll take a pin and I'll be like, okay, here, this map on the table, here's a pin. That pinhead is you standing up at about 5'10". So can you see yourself if I remove the pin? They're going to say no. And I'm like, exactly. So when everybody says this is all fake, it's your perception. UFOs aren't real. Why? Because you see a small piece of sky and you don't see one.
Well, I think we should look up them videos of them jet pilots, them videos that they've released recently. That'd be something cool to check out while we're talking about it.
Bro, I am like
I'm ready for this show on Saturday. I mean, I like this crime stuff, but dude, I want some off the wall shit. We got to just chill back and kick it.
Like,
I got to get that disco music. Huh?
Those things that were released by the pilots, if you go back and you watch old helicopter FLIR video, it looks just like it, because it only picks up heat signatures. So it only picks up like the body of the engine itself. So when they came out with that, I was so excited. I put a post up saying, oh yeah, well, now that they're investigating this and saying it's real. And I started looking at the videos and I was like, well, it kind of looks like one of those FLIR videos from the past. It's just hard.
Wait, what video are you looking at, man? Because these videos are pretty. I saw the videos and I was like, finally, they have something, and it's coming from somebody that works for the government, huh?
You mean the Tic Tac video?
No, yeah. He was on Joe Rogan. I watch a lot of Joe Rogan.
Again, when I look at it, I'm like, Well, I've seen a drone, and I've seen them on FLIR. And what you see for a drone is not the entire body. You only see the heated portion. So they're watching something traveling. We don't know the speed of the vehicle that was tracking it. I mean, when you picture it and you hear what they say...
I thought they tracked it.
Well, they did, but we don't know the speed of the craft they're in. We don't know if it was sped up. We don't know any of that information. They could have done anything to say, look, but remember what they came out with. They said, we haven't found anything that seems like it would be a UFO. They came out and finally gave an answer that it's all explainable. Well, why would you bring it up in the first place and investigate it all these years if it's not, and then tell us that those videos didn't amount to anything? It's just really hard when you're told, hey, this is real by government organizations, and then they say, oh no, we were wrong, they aren't real.
Well, we're gonna get into it, man. I'm excited.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, we got to get some videos. Anybody else? Like, if you guys want to be in chat for that show too, you're more than welcome. Let's just pile it on, whatever. You got links, send them to my email, whatever. Well, yeah, this is going to be fun. Kick it. Just, who cares? Hey, and you know what? I need to write this down. We need to play a little bit of In Living Color that night too.
Of what?
We need to play a little bit of In Living Color that night too. Play some.
Oh my gosh!
Play some skits. So if you have any favorite skits from A Living Color, get some skits together too from YouTube, and we'll play some skits as like little commercial breaks and stuff in between. This topic. So if we're gonna transition from UFOs to Bigfoot, then we'll kick back, watch a couple In Living Color clips, and then we'll start on the next topic.
Word up!
I think that'll be fun.
Look, I'm all down for anything, dude. I'm Team CJ. I'm down with it. Whatever the case may be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even if we talk about an old case, one that you should check out is the Ellen Greenberg, because they're reopening that. That is a messed up case, and when you hear what happened back then, and you're going to shake your head and be like, how did you come up with this answer? What? Even the medical examiner said it was homicide, and you made him change it to unaliving? That's just dumb. It's impossible. How do you sever your spinal cord in your first 1 or 2 blade entries in the back of your neck and continue to stab yourself 19 more times? You can't. You're quadriplegic.
Ellen Greenberg. I'd have to watch a clip and see because the name sounds familiar, but I'm not. When did this take place? What year was
11 years ago. So also look at the videos and the information from 11 years ago first, because if you look now, you're going to be like, how did the police say it was a suicide? Her friend was on her way to get her, and she tells the whole story. You have to look at this stuff from 11 years ago before you look at what transpired this past year.
Let me see. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I watched a video on Jefferson Starship, and I watch what's his name, Rick Beato on YouTube. He does like a lot of music, little mini documentaries and stuff about songs or whatever. Rick Beato, Beato, really cool YouTube channel. And I didn't know this. Jefferson Starship had like 3 different band names, and through each decade it was just like, what? Yes, Rick Beato, man. I love his streams. He's so cool. 80s jams. Love 80s jams. Let's see. Hey, is this the disco music you were talking about that I had in my stream? Like one of the first nights I started
when I said it sounds like I'm in a 70s porn.
Or yeah, that. I want to play that music, so you have to let me know which one it is for that night, and then we can play that music for the show. I think that'd be.
I think I was joking about that because it was really loud.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm all new to this. Yeah, it's like 50 right now. I have it at 20, so I'm thinking that's not too bad,
That's
is
the
it?
thing
Is
that
that good?
pisses me off.
What's up?
Like making videos, I'll
Yeah.
sit here and I'll change the volume for the background sound to 20, then 15, then 10, and it's loud, right? And then I'll change it to 0, and it's totally gone. Move it up to 5, and it's the perfect level, or 10, it's the perfect level. And I'm like, geez. And my sound effects, those are even worse because I have to search for those all on my own, and you have to find stuff that's not copyrighted. So when I'm adding those sound effects, it's so hard because you have, first off, you want the background music there so you can hear what it sounds like, and then you put in the sound effect. So with all my animations, when people are like, oh, that was a cool 5-minute video. Yeah, it was a cool 2.5-week video that I had to make.
I bet. I bet it takes that long, man. Because even when when I would edit videos for my Twitch channel, man, that's why I quit doing it, because it just took so long, and it just took away from actually making the content.
Video.
Yeah, that I had to edit, and it's just like, geez, I see why people need help with all this stuff.
What's really funny
crazy.
is my Darrell Brooks video is only like 5 minutes long, right? That took me half a day to make, and it's one of my favorite ones. But
It's a great video, man.
What if Jeffrey Dahmer was female and named Velma Dahmer? That video, the first part 1, took almost 3 weeks to make. The second one, which seems a little bit harder, took less than a week to make. But I thought it was a funny parody, a spin on modern day women if they were a Jeffrey Dahmer thought process. It's easy now because there's so many simps and fuckboys out there that a girl gets on. In the video I put, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm so ugly, nobody loves me, send post. And then suddenly she's like, ooh, and I show the image and she's like, I could go for Chinese. And I don't think anybody realized, because Dahmer ate the hearts of his victims, that's what that comment was. That she's like, ooh, I could go for Chinese tonight. And like nobody commented on it. And I was so mad and upset that nobody got the joke that I was like, I can't do another Velma Dahmer video because nobody's getting the humor. But it was there, and one person that I thought would get it, she didn't. And I'm like, girl, he ate the hearts of his victims. And she's like, oh, I can go for Chinese. She's gonna eat the heart of the Chinese guy. I get it. And I'm like, thank you. My goodness.
Yeah, it's a good video, man. Like, I can imagine how long it takes to make them cartoons, because I was looking, I'm like, man, when I seen it, I was like, that's pretty cool, man. Like, that's pretty cool. I was wondering how you did that, but damn, you got to do it on the phone. I can't imagine how long it takes. But it's worth it, though. It's a good video, man, and it's paying off for you, so congratulations, dude.
Well, thank you,
Good
sir.
video,
I appreciate it.
Yes. Congratulations. I'm happy for you, man. It's good to see
Yeah, and
hard
that's
work
sad,
pay off
too.
like that.
Like, I put out a Delphi video and I got 969 views, which is cool. That's good. I was expecting 500. The Quentin video that I put out is short, sweet. It has a bunch of, really sweet things that just broke my heart. And that only had 56. It seems everybody wants to watch the debacle of, Darrell Brooks, which was over 20,000 views. And every other video is like, the Delphi murders, I understand because it was a brand new release and everybody was looking it up. But Quentin, come on, man. People need to look those videos up. They need to watch it, understand why people are heartbroken over this little boy being missing.
Yeah, it's sad. I wish they had more progress in that one for sure. Or something would, something would happen.
Homie the
where
clown.
somebody's-
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
JSD.
I'm gonna end the stream with that. We're gonna watch a Homie the Clown. I was gonna do Men on Films, Because that's one of them that brought me back when I was a kid watching it on TV, like watching that and just laughing my fucking ass off. Whatever the it was like football. But I don't know if that one had the football, but I think they were like in football jerseys or something. And I just was like, oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, there's got to be a lot of hours, dude. But yeah, congrats, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm glad it all paid off for you. It's a great video.
I should have made it an hour video.
Oh my god. Then you wouldn't be able to. Then you wouldn't be able to join the show, man. You know, you'd be too busy doing that shit. So, no. Oh yeah. All right. Is there anything Delphi stuff that anybody wants to bring up real quick or?
I want to mention this, and I should have, but I'm glad there's more people here tonight. Anybody out there on the daily, watch for rings that are being caught on the news. If you catch it, kick it out to somebody that Justice Served Daily. Kick it out to Amy Celeste. Kick it out to EvilleCJ. You can even kick it to me. I mean, my links are everywhere. So if you just go anywhere and look up allegedly 13 because somebody stole my name, you'll be able to, kick it out to anybody. And when we receive it, it'll be immediately discussed, like between everybody. And Amy Celeste and Justice Served Daily, honestly, if you want, if EvilleCJ makes you guys mods right now, he can learn how to make mods at the same time as allowing
right. I gotta learn first.
But he has the idea on how to do it, so he can make you a mod if you wanted to, and then you guys can grab our links just from going to our channel.
Yeah, I'd definitely do that. Clowns at night around the corner. And I have an idea, Justice, I wanted to ask of you, and I'm gonna send you an email after the show's over if you want to look for it. It's something that I want to do to kind of help promote your cause in a way, I guess. But I'll kind of explain it more through the email. And learning curve. Yeah, it's a learning curve. I just got on this stuff like a week and a half ago. I think my first stream that you hopped in to support me allegedly, I don't even think I had a microphone at that point. I think I was just trying out to see how it even worked out. Yeah, he's on a lot of panels, aren't you, buddy?
Oh, I am. It started off where I didn't ever want to be on a panel, but somebody kept mentioning something incorrect, and the first time I ever went on, people just started saying, "Come up here, let's talk." I'm like, okay. Kelt says my voice is familiar.
I just have a hard time being in a panel with like 8 people, man. It's like,
so
damn.
Kelt, are you from California, Philadelphia, or New York? Or Sasebo, Japan? Or Australia? Okay, I can't be your ex then, unfortunately. Those are basically the main places that I've lived in my life. So, but Thank
you, Mama Bear.
She said I sound like a TV personality. I so appreciate that. You don't even know. If you say I sound like a Jersey Shore person, then I'll probably get offended. But
she ain't going to Doc's, man. Uh-oh.
Kelt is gonna come kill me. This
Thank
is your
Mama
next
Bear.
case, CJ. You're gonna have to avenge me.
Yeah. Yes. Oh no. Well, you better. Damn, boys, get right. It's that damn Sasquatch. Telling you, that goddamn Sasquatch.
Well, when I went in the military, I'm originally from New York. Oh, I lived in Vermont, so I'm originally from New York. Went into the military, traveled the world, and then when I came back, I stayed in California for a short time. I moved back to New York. Then I moved to Vermont for a year, to Philly for 10 years, and then I finally came back to New York.
Yep, and I basically lived Akron, Chicago, Fort Lauderdale, and now Evansville.
Most of my moves were because the girls that I date are always like, if you love me, you'd move with me. So I would actually just say, okay, let me quit my great job and move with you. And then it would, right. And then they're like, oh my God, I met somebody. What? Yeah, I gotta leave, but I didn't cheat. I promise you. I'm like, oh, great, bye. And then when I finally get settled, somebody else is like, you gotta move or you don't love me. And now I'm like, no more. I am quarantined from humans. I will never date again.
What was home base for you? So when you had to move back, like what was the home base where you had to move back to? Oh, damn. She's to.
Huh? She wants to know. I was Navy.
And how did who meet, Justice?
Oh, no. Every experience I had built me up to my resilience now to not move ever again.
Yeah, calluses. How did we
in
meet?
A week, I'll be like, I'm in love, I'm moving.
Right? Like, next thing you know, you're in, like, Montana or something. We're like, bro, what happened? Oh, life.
No, I should have been a submariner. Just so you know, I was able to take nukes, but I chose differently because my dad thought he knew best, and my dad was just dumb. So he was like, no, you know what you want to do? You want to get a job that has business management. And in the Navy, ship servicemen, they're basically like business management. They deal with the store, they deal with the barber shop, the laundry room. So my dad forced me into being an SH.
Whose show were we in when? Was it Alex? Whose show were we in when?
The first time we ever spoke together where we agreed on something, I believe, was Alex Erickson's, and then ATS News was live, and we both saw each other in there, and we were like, hey, stranger. And maybe allegedly with Brittany. Crazy Crime Chick was another one.
Yeah. Yeah, he just thought I had a cool name, and then we just sparked up a conversation from there. And then I told him I was going to start trying to do this YouTube chat stuff. I used to be on Twitch, but I kind of wanted to transfer to YouTube. And when I started messing with StreamYard, because this whole time I thought I needed some really kick-ass computer in order to do all this StreamYard shit, and then I just was bored one day and I started checking it out, and I'm like, well, son of a bitch, I can. So I need to like get stuff together and try and see what I can do with this thing. And then he was like, hey, whatever you want to do, I'll support you. And right from that first, like I said, I didn't even have a microphone or nothing. It was just a test stream just to see how it even worked. And he was in there supporting right off the bat. So thank you, man. I appreciate your support from the get-go. For real.
Dude, I just knew you were a gamer. Once I saw your name, I just kept saying, I love that name, because I'm like, he's a gamer. I need gamer friends.
But I'm not talking gamer shit.
Cool. And the unfortunate part is you turned out to be really cool. So now I'm like, oh man, he makes a good friend. I can't just like stop going here.
No, he didn't think I was a hot girl. I had this picture. Well, not this one, but because I saw Alex have a cartoon.
I had a YouTube crush, and so when I started talking to EvilleCJ, that crush was like still fully active with that person, and I was like, I need to have a gamer guy friend, and I saw EvilleCJ. At first, I didn't even see his thumbnail, but CJ is obviously I have other friends that use the initial CJ, and I'm like, that's definitely a guy. So I can definitely talk to guys because it won't disrupt my YouTube crush. And then that YouTube crush wore off, and I was like, oh well, at least I have a guy friend now.
And we have some good combos too, you know. Yeah. And we're gonna have a great fucking show Saturday, man. I'm fucking excited. I can't wait. Oh, hey, and I gotta remember we gotta play some Homie the Clown before we end this episode.
Let's
And
do it.
who are you Are you asking? I think she's or Kelt's talking to you about maybe your name.
Oh, this name I chose because it was really short. And when I'm sitting there commenting, I dislike when the names are like almost the full line. And I'm like, I need something short. And I always seem to be saying allegedly because I don't want people to think that it's factual. So I'll say, well, the papers allegedly said this, or he allegedly did this. And I just said, you know what? I use that so much. I'm going to make it my screen name.
How's that, Kelt? Is that sufficient?
No, yours isn't a full line long, Justice Sir Daily. Yours is easy to type out. Like, I'm talking about the people that are like, now you see me, now you don't, because I'm hiding behind the shoulder of the person behind the person that was in front of you in the first place. And you're like, I can't comment to you. There's just no way.
I love the name. Call me JSD. Yeah, it is quicker to do that. EvilleCJ, just because I live in Evansville, it was, I don't know. I was River City CJ for so long, and I don't know. I just wanted to, it's almost like I just needed a refresh. So I just went ahead and rebranded everything to EvilleCJ. I like the sound of it because evil, you know, it's kind of like a two-way word in a way. You know, you got the evil and then the evil. Call it either way. But basically it's just because I live in Eville.
But also I'm a huge X-Files fan. So I almost named this channel X-Files, or there was a couple of options I had, but I almost went with Fox Mulder. And then I started thinking, I don't want people to say, oh my God, is it David Duchovny? I bet you it's him being secret and stuff. And I had to go with something that fit true crime, but also fit other things. You know, they allegedly saw a UFO. They allegedly saw Bigfoot. They are allegedly haunted. The person allegedly murdered this person. So it just made more sense to go with allegedly straightforward.
Well, and Cherry, if I would have known you were in the damn stream, I would have said something. And yes, she helped me, yes. I saw what you did there. Should have said, hey. We're just sitting here chatting. We did a little teeny bit of Delphi and a bunch of chatting before and after. And then we're going to end the stream with some Homie the Clown. Allegedly evil.
Or evil allegedly. It works both ways. That'll be our team up tag. Evil allegedly.
Yeah. You guys are crazy. All right, let's play some Homie the Clown here. Let me pause this. I wish there was an easier way to pause it and pause and unpause the music. That'd be really cool.
Wait, how do you do that? Just curious.
What's that? The music?
Oh, yeah, the music.
In the brand category. You got to scroll all the way down past the backgrounds and the overlays and the logos and the theme and the color and all that shit. It's all the way down at the bottom.
Hey, I got a recommendation for Saturday's opening video.
Yeah, what's up, man?
The first part of Scary Movie 2, the exorcism scene.
Scary movie. Oh gosh, I thought about that movie today too. That's interesting you say that.
I use that
thought
clip
about that
all
movie
the time.
today.
So before we play this sign-off video, and nobody knows the backstory behind Scary Movie 2 with the exorcist scene, they told the guy who came in as a priest, I forget his name, but he's a famous actor. They said to him, look, we want you to walk in the room and give us your first reaction, and we're going to use that for the movie. That's why he walked in, he saw her head turn around, he's like, fuck that, and he starts walking out. So they kept it in the movie because it was the most real reaction that he could ever have.
Oh, those are great ones too. There's some way that on Twitch, I can do a watch party where you can watch like anything that's on Amazon Prime. You can actually, it's called a watch party where I can literally host movies and shit, and we can all hang out and watch movies and stuff. I don't know how to do it. It's something I'd have to look up. I have been for a while messing with new phone. Good stream though with some, yeah, I know. Let's see here. Thanks guys. Well, thank you for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate it. And let's see here. Oh yes. Do I do it while I'm streaming, or do I do it do I have to do it while is it easier to do it while I'm streaming? Let's see, I'm at the channel dashboard, settings. You said community, add moderator, paste the URL of a user to add as a moderator, paste the URL of a user.
Homie, I've been on mute this whole time, and earlier,
yeah, you have.
I think she said earlier that you click on the person in chat, and it'll give you the option or right click or something.
Okay, so let me see here. No, it won't let me click on the person in the chat from the StreamYard. A star.
I think a star is to pin a comment.
Oh.
Or highlight a comment or something.
Let me see. Put user in timeout. Block user. Don't want to do those. Okay, so let me see here. I guess I could just go to your channel, right? I can just go to the channel, copy the link of the channel.
She said afterward it's easier in YouTube.
Okay. Does this sound right though, Justice? Like I could just copy the profile YouTube page link and then post that link in the moderator? Is that how that works?
Oh, while he's waiting for that answer, Amy Celeste, are you PS4, PS5, Xbox?
I think she said PS5.
Man, I'm jealous. I'm a PS5. I'm just not buying it yet.
Yeah, I'm not buying the new Xbox either. PlayStation 5. The dots on the side of the name on YouTube. 3 dots. Yeah, we got to link up on Warface sometime, dude.
I'm waiting, man. I'm totally down with playing Warface. If anybody's down, I want to do a co-op so I can learn how to play it.
Okay, cool. All right. We'll go ahead and get this video play, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back tomorrow night with a show or a topic or anything. I'm not sure, so it might just be kind of a last minute thing tomorrow. But since everybody's here, I would like to, when I do some streaming on Twitch, I would like all of you to hop in and play some Jackbox with me if you guys would like sometime. I host the game show on Twitch. You'll want the Twitch stream to be playing on some kind of device that you can watch the game show, and then you use your phone, tablet, or a computer, and that's how you participate in the game show. There's Trivia Murder Party, Teed Off, where you make your own t-shirts. There's all sorts of cool games. So if you guys would like to do that sometime, if you want to download Twitch, or if you already have Twitch, just look for me, EvilleCJ, no spaces, and then go ahead and follow me, and then we can all link it up together some night and just have a Jackbox game night or something where we're like actually playing games and stuff, and instead of having to hang out in a YouTube channel. So just something that is really cool. I love Trivia Murder Party. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I got Jackbox Party Pack 3 and Jackbox Party Pack 6, and those are all the games that I have that we can play, and there's 2 Trivia Murder Parties. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Trivia Murder Party 1 or 2 for Jackbox and watch a little video. It's pretty kick-ass. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get to this in living color video, and then I'm gonna give out my thank yous, and we're gonna go ahead and end this. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and thank you, buddy, for hanging out in the chat. And I'm excited for Saturday. It's gonna be some crazy shit and some funny videos, just like this one.
It was a pleasure, man. I'm not hopping out. I'll talk to you later.
My bad, dude. Is this loud as hell? Because it's loud as hell for me, this video. Does it seem really loud? Do I need to turn it down? I know I need to turn this damn music off because I forgot to do that again. All right, here we go.
Happy birthday, Snooki Yoko! I have a surprise for you! Yeah! Hold me the crown! Yeah! Hold me the crown! Hold me the crown! Hold me the crown! Hold me the crown!
All right, kids. I'm Homie the Clown. Y'all ready to have some fun?
Yeah!
All right, what y'all want me to do first?
Ooh.
What?
Do a silly clown dance for us.
Oh. Yeah, degrade myself, huh? I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
You could slip on a banana peel and fall on your butt.
Oh, yeah, fall down, bust my skull open, have my blood and brains ooze out on the carpet so you can get a couple of cheap laughs, huh? I don't think so. Homie, don't play that. What else?
Hey.
Can we smash the cream pie in your face like they be doing in clowns and stuff?
Yeah! You got it backwards, son.
I love these. I love these skits.
Now, how do you feel about yourself?
Totally dissed, homie.
That's why homie don't play that. All right, how about a magic trick?
Yeah!
Who got a doubt? I do, homie. Here you go, homie. All right, I fold it once, twice. Now it's gone. Ta-da! hey, kids. Homie may be a clown, but he don't make a fool out of himself.
Why you become a clown, kid?
I guess it's because I got so much love to give. And it's part of my prison work release program. I got about 5 more years of this clown crap.
Oh my gosh.
Cartoon time! Yeah!
I love this shit.
Y'all pay special attention because this one has a certain message to it. Once upon a time, Homie the Clown went to a fancy white restaurant.
Thank you,
Shane
Mama.
Whitey was the name. As always, Homie gets hassled by the man. He tells him that a tie is required in order to eat in this establishment. So Homie says, man, get them damn ties out of my face before I kick your ass. But unfortunately, Monsieur Snowflake didn't quite hear Homie correctly. So Homie had no choice but to keep his word. The end. So what have we learned if nothing else, children?
That's some allegedly artwork right there.
Right, now let's sing the Homie the Clown song.
Yeah!
Repeat after me. Homie the Clown.
Homie the clown.
Don't mess around.
Don't mess around.
Even though the man. Try to keep him down. One day, Homie will break all the chains. Then he'll fly away. But until that day, Homie don't play. I said, repeat after me. Very good. You made Homie smile after all. Happy birthday, kid.
Oh, thank you guys so much for joining tonight. What a show. Even though we didn't get to talk about Delphi that much, it don't matter. It was still a great show. I am going to have to change my title, though, when I end this, though. But thank you so much for your guys' support. Thanks for hanging and joining. I'm so excited for this show on Saturday. And, yeah, we'll have to link up some night where we can all play Jackbox and hang out. Yes, let me put the channels up there real quick here. And then I'll get this moderator stuff figured out. And then I'll get all that stuff situated tomorrow. And then I can actually have some mods on this stuff. All right, there's Allegedly's channel. Yeah, have a great night too, man. And thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a peaceful and positive evening.